from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. We appreciate you being here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and we are inside of the Syracuse Stallions conversation, and I'm very thankful for all the Syracuse Stallions have done. Listen, when Mike Sugamosto and Josh Wynn is what he is on social media, so I'm going to call him Josh Wynn. But when Josh and Mike sat down with me going in, well before the season, I should say, it was actually probably almost a year ago to where we are right now. And when Josh and Mike and I sat down and they spoke on the vision of this and the logo and putting it all together and having this team feel different and building a team a different way and finding success and having an ABA team be here in Syracuse and stay here in Syracuse and be run correctly and all of this stuff. I mean, I really did. I bought in. I bought in because of the people behind. It's always about the people. And when you're working with people that care and you're working with people that, put their blood, sweat, and tears into something, and the thing is, I know it. With Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, my first year, I didn't take a paycheck from my company by any stretch of the imagination. My first year, before I had the LLC, I was considered an independent contractor, and I spent $10,000. I made $5,000. I had to work 3 jobs. I drove 10,000 miles that year. So, there's blood, sweat, and tears that go into building something. And, you have a lot of people standing against you, right? This didn't work. That didn't work. How are you going to make this happen? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? And there's a very tiny room of people that believe in the beginning. When you start winning, everybody believes. 10, 20, 30 years into it, people forget you didn't exist 10, 20, 30 years ago. Dabo Swinney was laughed at in his press conference when he said he was going to make Clemson into something. Who remembers that press conference now? Unless you were sitting in it, how many people, kind of go back to that moment and go, oh, because they associate Dabo Swinney with success. How many people know that Nick Saban, before building a dynasty in Alabama, was not a good NFL coach? So everybody sees the finished product. Everybody sees what you're doing, when you're successful and you're killing it. It's like, oh, okay. But the blood, sweat, and tears to get to where you are today is different. Because there's a tiny room of people that are fighting to make something special. And that room includes Josh, and that room includes Mike, and that room includes the dance team, and it includes the players, and it includes the coaches, and it includes Manlius Pebble Hill, where they play their home games, and it includes the spouses and the significant others that are helping to, wash the jerseys and the transportation to get from here to there. There's all of these things that go on. This team is 20-0. But there's so much more than being a team on the court that plays basketball. And the people that put their everything into this to build something from the ground up. I know that world. And I live that world. So when I find people that work their behinds off to make something, you best darn well be sure that we're going to work together. So to Josh, to Mike, to everybody, thank you, first and foremost. With that being said, the Stallions, thank you for taking care of business. You're 20-0, but you're not done. You have more games on the schedule. And guess what? You got playoffs after that. You want to hoist a trophy? You're 0-0 every week. The fans, 20-0, celebrate. The players, celebrate that night. Hang out, enjoy, go back to work. There is more left on the table, and it's yours for the taking. And if you don't believe anybody can beat you, then who cares who thinks they can? You control the controllables. And this team is filled with talented players who have found a way to play together. And Jamel Stanley is the first one up today. Now, in the game this past Saturday, he only put up 40 points, 24 rebounds, 5 blocks, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Only that. Not a big stat line, right? Nothing crazy. He had a double. So, but all jokes aside, that is tremendous. It is massive. Okay, 40 points, 24 rebounds, 5, and 2. He took over. The difference in the game was Jamel Stanley. You take his points out of it, you take his rebounds out of it, team could have lost by 20, 30 points. This is what Jamel had to say about that stat line and so much more when we spoke after the game.
Just hard work, working hard, chasing the ball down. Anything I could do to help the team win.
You attack the basket. It almost seems like you take it personal when the team's down. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I hate being down. I'm a competitor. I like to win, and I hate to lose. So I give it all I got when I'm on the floor.
Getting after it, and just what you could say about your inside play, because you took them to the rack, and they really didn't have an answer for you during the game.
I seen the lanes. They were fit jumping at me, and then the lane would just open up. So I would just attack the rim hard and just hope that I could get to the rim and get an easy layup.
You had a double-double with 21 points and 14 rebounds at halftime. Did you anticipate to have anything like that halfway through the game?
Nah, I just went out and played, and then it just happened. All I know is just kept scoring. It felt like it kind of felt a little easy, but they was there contesting it, but just boys just kept falling. It was just my night tonight.
What can you say about a team win like this, gutting something out, 123-117? They were leading most of the first half, except for one time when you guys were up 56-55, and you guys came on later in the third quarter and in the fourth. Just what you could say a win like this means.
It means a lot. It just shows our toughness and that our will to win. As a team, we just kept fighting. Even though we were down, we never got down on each other. We just kept going after it. We just kept going.
Cam Dobbs hit a couple big-time threes. We had play from Chris Gilks. Obviously, Mickey Davis did his thing. There were a lot of different guys that got involved. Just what you can say about the team effort as a whole.
My guys, they hit big shots at big moments. Just keep looking for them, even if they miss a couple. They're gonna start falling. You just gotta have trust in your teammates.
What can you say about DMV and kind of respecting them coming out of this game?
They was a tough opponent. They came in. They on beat some tough teams. They beat Wyoming Valley, so we know they were not going to be a walk in the park. So we came in ready to play.
Is this the best night statistically that you've ever had? Is it safe to say?
Yeah, this is definitely the best night.
Was there anything that was close to this before or no?
I don't think so. Nah, probably like a 40-point game, but not as many rebounds and assists and blocks and steals.
We've seen you go off before. We've seen you be the player of the game before. What was it about this game? Because you kind of put the team on your back many times throughout the game.
It just seemed like we wasn't getting no points, and we starting to fall off. And I just needed to try to take some shots. Hopefully, I'm glad they went in, and I was able to get us the win.
The dunk that you had in the second half, and then making the free throw after that, just what you can say about that play, going inside and getting that, because that came at a time where they were trying to make a late run.
Yeah, it was a great timely basket because we definitely needed it. We started to get stagnant a little bit. We missed a couple shots, and with that got the team pumped back up and ready to go again. Got the crowd back into the game, and then we went back on another run.
You look a little bit like Tyus Battle. You play a little bit like Tyus Battle. Can you speak to that a little bit? Because when he attacks the basket, I mean, that's all you were doing tonight.
I don't know. I just try to score, try to keep the team up, and not let us get down, fall down. Because I know my teammates is gonna hit shots at the end of the day. They're gonna hit shots. They don't care if they miss 12, 14 shots in a row. They're gonna hit some shots.
you obviously have a career night, but how does this game make the whole team better, knowing that you're obviously still undefeated, but you're going to get everybody's best game? You got a great game from DMV, so how does this keep you guys focused moving forward?
I think everybody know anybody can have a good game any night. So we all know we all played. We all great players. We all know we had got great accolades in college. So everybody know anytime it could be their night.
That coming from Jamel Stanley once again for the first time here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. I want to thank Jamel for that. He played up against the DMV Warriors with the Syracuse Stallions, and that was the game where he had 40 points, 24 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 2 steals. Without him, the team could have lost by 30. With him, they win 123-117. And then Syracuse the next day faced off against the Norristown Knights. And Ryan Caldwell and I spoke after that game, and this is what Ryan had to say to me coming out of that matchup, and I definitely appreciate the time that I got. Ryan had himself a heck of a game, had himself a double-double in this matchup, and this is what he had to say. Got a double-double today. So what you can say about your play in the game?
I was happy with the way I played today. Just try to come off the bench, come out and be aggressive. Try to play my role, grab rebounds, score when I get the opportunity to, and just set my teammates for easy buckets.
Getting after the board, just what you can say there. There's a lot of physical play underneath, a lot of scrappy play and whatnot. So, you were able to get 10 boards on the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just try to come out. That's one thing I try to focus on is helping my guys out there with rebounding, trying to hustle, and just make all the small things because I know we got plenty of scorers. So I'm just trying to do all the little things out there for us.
You're able to get inside and get your shot as well, and the 3 put you over the mark. Just what you can say about, and like you said, you're obviously trying to do the little things or whatever you got to do to help out the team, but you're able to find your shot as well.
Yeah, I know. I try to come out and be aggressive, like I said tonight. I haven't been hitting my shot lately. I try to focus on that pregame and just focus when I got in the game on lining up and hit my shot when I get the open opportunity.
What can you say about, playing in a close game, obviously a day ago when you had what you got from the DMV Warriors, and then in this one to be able to win the way that you guys did? Just what you can say about, coming back right away the next day, less than 24 hours later, and do what you have to do.
Yeah, we always try to stay focused. When you're coming into the night, they thought we were going to maybe take a night off, try to catch us on a lazy night, but we always try to come out, stay focused, try to lock in early, and jump on them quick, and then keep going from there.
Inaugural season, 20-0 and counting.
Yeah. It's a special season, we're just going to try to keep it rolling. Got a big game next week at Binghamton, big rival game. They're going to be hostile down there. So just trying to lock in and get ready for our next games.
I got to ask you about this, and he's standing right off to the side, so he's going to hear me say this, but what do you think about the addition of David Hay to the squad?
David's been great. He comes in, he runs the offense. He really helps set the tempo up for us, and he's a great scorer, so he's been a great addition for us so far.
You telling him to shoot a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. Let it fly a little more, I know you got it, so let it fly.
All right, fair enough. And how much do you give credit to the sideburns for this?
A little bit of credit. I think to help with the aggressiveness, so I'm going to give them a little bit, 5%.
All right. 5% for the sideburns. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go out to one of the games coming up here. Go out to the game coming up this weekend and check out the Ryan Caldwell sideburns. They're getting very Hugh Jackman, Wolverine-ish, and so he gave 5% credit to them, and I think it should be 10, but I'll take 5. David Hay is also here with us today, and David Hay and I had the opportunity to speak. This was his first weekend as a Syracuse Stallion, and he's 2-0. He did his thing, and he had almost a double-double that included assists. Went off, I think he had 9 points, 8 assists in the game. So helping out against Norristown that way, and in the game before got himself to double digits in scoring, so made a nice little debut for him, and this is what David Hay and I had to say to one another after the Norristown game that made the Syracuse Stallions 20-0. So, David, you have been a Stallion for 2 games.
Yep.
They're both wins. You helped the team get to 20-0 now. Just what you could say about this first weekend as a Stallion.
I'm loving it, honestly. The intensity of the game, the fast pace, that is definitely my game, and to be a part of this program right now, and show what I can do, helping out, every way I can. I've been having fun these past 2 days.
You got in double digits in scoring in a game where they needed a little bit of help from everybody against the DMV Warriors. Just what you can say about finding your shot and kind of finding your place against DMV.
So, I really let the game come to me. So we did a lot of spread and little motion offense, and, any open shot that I had, I would definitely pass it up for either a better shot, or if I'm going to take the shot, I'd just shoot it with confidence. Just really playing with confidence, really got me in that position to, do that well at DMV.
And in this game, 9 points and 8 assists, almost a double-double, but with the assists instead of the rebounds. Just what you can say about finding your teammates.
Well, I mean, yesterday I spoke with Mel, and he was just keep my head up off that dribble. So, I mean, I wasn't really dragging all the way. Just finding people in the spots that they like, where it's a guaranteed assist right there for their shot.
And, having that, having double digits in scoring against DMV and then against Norristown, to have the 8 assists and to be looking for your teammates and then still find yours. Just what you could say about the balance in a game where you have 9 points, but then you also have 8 assists. So you're looking for yours, but you obviously are finding theirs as well.
Well, I think, really, I feel comfortable trying to show that I can do it all, whether it be bringing points to the table, whether it be bringing stops, whether it be bringing assists, rebounds. I'm trying to show my place on this team, that I can do it all. I can fill up a stat sheet, any given night, whether it be assists, rebounds, scoring, and, just letting the game come to me at the end of the day.
The chemistry, you're only here for 2 games, yet you know where to find guys and where to set them up. When these assists come, you're obviously getting a feel for where they need to be, where their shot's at. So you kind of been learning on the fly pretty quickly here to find them in the right spots. I mean, they got to knock down those shots, but you obviously look like you're pretty comfortable with them already.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just basketball, so that if that next man is open, give him a crisp pass, clean pass, expect it back. If he's not going to shoot it, and just play basketball at the end of the day. Let the game come to you. That's it. Have fun.
The first play that you had as a Stallion was the bounce pass that you had from the top of the key that was perfect timing for the layup inside.
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about it yesterday, after the game, and I just grabbed that rebound, and I felt like I could have beat myself up the court. So somebody was already up there, and I just, zipped it, and I just trusted that pass, and he went and finished the basket. So it's just a matter of trust. I feel there's a lot of trust, towards me and, to other teammates on this team, and I'm just rolling with it right now. I'm enjoying it right now.
You've seen the team from afar, but to be on this team for these couple games, just what you can say about, instead of watching from afar, actually being a Stallion, just what the environment's been like, what the experience has been like with these guys.
Hey, on the court, they're a team, and then off the court, they're a team. Yeah, do everything together. They kind of got me doing stuff they do, whether it be hanging out, going to get a bite to eat, or working out together. Just spending time together, quality time together, and just being around each other like a team, So it's brotherhood, really. It's a family.
Team is 20-0, but there's a lot more work ahead. Just what you can say about staying focused.
This Thursday we got practice from 7 to 9, and practice we got to get better. A couple things that we got to work on. From the first half. Whether if we get into a funk or just getting into the offensive sets and just taking advantage of what we got. Moving forward, we got to work. We got some work to do, regardless if we're undefeated. Everybody has to have the same mindset, come in willing to work and get better, and just, eye on the prize right now. One game at a time, until we get to that national stage.
And what you could say about that when you are undefeated, to keep that focus and to look at those pieces that can get better, to make sure the team is always focusing on patching up the holes, not just focusing on undefeated, but focusing their energy, their time on those little pieces, those little cracks in the foundation, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, well, just focusing on that and just making it a priority. It has to be the priority. To get better, that has to be a priority every day. You can't. No time to take off right now. We're walking towards the end of the season. If we stay undefeated, we don't got to go through playoffs. God forbid anything. We just got to be ready. That's it. Yeah, it has to be priority. Just getting better and all the things that we lack in has to be priority.
You broke out the pink shoes for the first game.
Oh yeah.
And then you went a little bit mellow in this one.
Yeah, a little Hirachi, man. A little throwback, man. Just to switch it up. I'm a stylist. I like to dress up, look good. I'm all about the fashion side. Got a little James Harden in me, a little Westbrook, so I like to look good at the end of the day, show off my kicks and all that stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
That coming from David Hay. And we talk about somebody that's all about style and fashion, and we have Coach Q coming up in 5 minutes on the show. Every single Wednesday, Coach Q, the head coach, Quentin Hillsman of the Syracuse Orange women's basketball team, joins us here on Wake Up Call during the season, and we have the honor and the privilege of saying that we get to do that. Every single Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, set the dial, Coach Q is here. So I want to thank the Syracuse Stallions. Congratulations on 20-0, and thank you for the first time ever that I had the opportunity here to have on the broadcast each of these gentlemen Ryan Caldwell, as well as David Hay and Jamal Stanley. I want to thank each and every one of you for being on the broadcast and spending some time with me after these games this past weekend. I was out there for the whole weekend of games. I hope you were too. We're going to need you, Syracuse Stallions fans, to go down to Binghamton this Saturday, February 23rd. So of the 80,000 of you in the Dome, all the rest of you need to go down to Binghamton. Syracuse at Binghamton, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Sunday, February 24th, Elmira visits Syracuse at 6 p.m. at home at Manlius Pebble Hill. And on March 2nd, Rock City is at Syracuse at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time before Syracuse rounds out the regular season on the road at Wyoming Valley at 6 o'clock on March 3rd. So 2 more home games. Neither one of them is during the Syracuse-Duke game, so don't be in a fret. Don't be worried, folks. Your Syracuse Stallions will be home on Sunday the 24th and on March 2nd as well. That Saturday, Elmira on Sunday the 24th and Rock City on March 2nd. So make sure you buy your tickets now. You can go down to Binghamton. If you're not heading to the Dome, you can go to the Syracuse-Binghamton game. Syracuse will need your support, so I hope a bunch of you do make that trip, and I hope that the Syracuse Stallions fans entrenched in the Binghamton area and Elmira and surrounding parts and Scranton and whatnot make a little trip over to Binghamton to see Syracuse face off against Binghamton, their rival. That game is this Saturday, the 23rd at 7:05 p.m., and on Sunday, the 24th, the Stallions are home once again against Elmira at 6 o'clock. You can buy all your tickets by going to SyracuseStallions.com. I implore you to not just buy your tickets, but buy your T-shirts, buy your jerseys, buy all of that stuff. Make sure that you give back to the Stallions. If you want to see them here today, here tomorrow, and here 20 years from now, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, a butt in the seat, showing support, giving where you can, that's what helps these things grow. Every business needs to have that support. And so whatever you can do, however you can do it, make sure, retweet, repost, give back, help out the Syracuse Stallions, folks, because it's been a long time since we had professional basketball here in this area. And the Syracuse Stallions are 20-0, and they're getting things done. And they're led by pretty tremendous people. So I would implore you to do what you can to make sure that I'm broadcasting about the Syracuse Stallions 20 years from now because you did the little things that became the big things. So show your love, show your support, be there for the Stallions because they are there for you.